Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently working on getting ourselves a little bit stabilized and working on our power base here a bit. I don't want to pay 100 gold. We could try to steal this thing. Either way, we're going to get 37 stress. Do we want the mysterious puzzles that badly? Not really, to be honest. I'm not interested. We're going to go home. We're just leaving. So that looks good. In terms of our military here, we're working on getting these guys into some better locations. So we're currently at 6 out of 6 domain. That does make things difficult for us, because we need to hold one additional military area. Oh, hey, we got 200 martial lifestyle experience. That's nice. We're certainly going to grab Overseer here. And now that we have that, we want to hop over to Wealth Focus, as we previously talked about, now that we've maxed out that tree. So that'll be okay for now. Some stones are better left unturned. I don't want to pay 300 gold right now. So we're making 22 gold per month, which is not too bad. We could certainly work on additional cash generation over here. So something like cattle pastures would probably end up being the way to go. What is this ransom? This guy's kind of powerful. I'm going to decline that. Okay. So, who do we have stationed where? You're stationed in Mecca. Okay. You are stationed in Al Medina, so that's up over here in our capital. We're currently working on empowering our light horsemen there. You're stationed in Yanbu, which is here. And you are stationed here. Okay. So we're definitely working on getting these men-at-arms powered up. We also need to work on economy. I would like to get K-Bar taken back. And we do have this up here that we can get rid of and replace with K-Bar. Sure, show this guy in. Serve me well. So I would very much like to revoke this title. He has a 58% chance with his opinion at minus 59. We should start swaying him. Absolutely, we should. So that looks good. At TAFE here, I definitely want to be developing. So we know we're going to build cattle pastures here. And then the question is between camelry and hillside grazing lands. The thing we're most interested in is getting money out of it, right? So 0.6 versus 0.6. Okay. Holding taxes of 4% from blacksmiths. But I don't think we need blacksmiths. I'm going to put a cattle pasture in here for now. And we'll just get that going. Is this guy powerful? 876. Not really. 100 gold will absolutely take 100 gold. That seems fine. There's this castle here that we're eventually going to want to replace, this mud brick tower, but we're going to have to do some work on some of that. No doubt about that. So we're currently moving this over to constructing tower houses. Why are we constructing tower houses here? We had heavy infantry stationed here, right? I think. Yes. That's why. It's a temporary thing. Okay. That makes sense. Potential alliance negotiations, sure. A couple of neighbors can be vassalized. Hello. We're definitely going to do this. That's these guys off over here. Okay, that looks good. We'll definitely do that. And then there's this guy here. He has 25 reasons not to accept this. Interesting. We might want to start swaying him after we're done with this guy. So how are our constructions going? We are working on constructions in basically all of our actual real provinces. We're not working up here right now, but this one doesn't actually matter. We'll grant that out pretty soon once we manage to get K-Bar back. 61% chance now. Yeah, that seems like a really doable thing. Cool. continuing to work on these constructions, right? And Mecca, we now... Well, we did put in a simple pasture there. Okay. Noted. A crop field upgrade would be 0.3 gold per month, whereas this would be 0.2. We'll go for the crop field upgrade. Beautiful. Bloomeries in Medina. Okay, so that's up over this way. We managed to get bloomeries done. That looks good. Eventually, we'll continue to work on upgrading these. We are just focusing on cavalry in our capital for now. This is our duchy building here. We got wooden barracks in Herat Rahat. Okay, that's out over this way. We currently have stationed Mubarazun here. So we're going to need blacksmiths, obviously, but additional Mubarazun upgrades would look like what? Nothing in hill forts. So if we wanted additional heavy infantry upgrades, I'm not sure we have a building that could do that at this moment. Let's get that bloomery going. That'll do for now. Cool. What is this ransom? Yes, this is acceptable. We'll take 50 gold. And that'll eventually get us something constructing in Medina. Eventually. So we already have stables, we have camel breeders, and bloomeries here. This is looking pretty good. Eventually, I believe there was another thing that we wanted to put in as well. Yes, hillside grazing land. Now, this is light cavalry and camel cavalry. This is light and heavy cavalry. And then this is light and heavy and archer cavalry. Okay, noted. If we're going to transition over into heavy cavalry from the light cavalry that we have right now, which we may end up wanting to do. They counter archers, and heavy cavalry we don't actually have access to. We get, like, camel riders to counter light cavalry. Yeah, we don't have access to heavy cavalry right now, so it's not a consideration for this moment. Noted. How are we doing on swaying this guy? Well, this guy's not very happy. He'll plead for forgiveness publicly. So we're working on working our opinion up with this guy. We've got about 8 months until that's done, approximately. Sure. I don't want to send him a gift. I want to get some upgrades going here. They're going to be fairly expensive as well. But we're going to be moving Mubarazun up this way. So, essentially, these Mubarazun are getting almost nothing out of being stationed in Mecca. We're definitely going to want to move them up here. And 10 opinion or 75 prestige and lose stress. We're going to give him... We're going to get the 10 opinion here. So, that was actually a lot of opinion. 89% chance now. That's looking solid. We're not ready to quite do it yet. Over in Yambu, we currently have archers stationed here. So we've got these hide tents for the archers' damage. Is there anything else that we can do to boost up archers? I would think hunting grounds would do the trick, but apparently they don't. We are still probably better off running hunting grounds over simple pastures. Well, actually, not necessarily. So farms and fields definitely remains here for the cash income. Blacksmiths should be what replaces our simple pastures. Trade ports are not as good as crop fields. So a blacksmith goes in here to continue to upgrade our archers. That's the idea. Okay, cool. So our men-at-arms are going to get, like, tremendously powerful from this. Oh, we're at 6 of 7. That's fascinating. That means that we don't actually have to hand out Al-Jalat, or, hypothetically, we could grab one of these down here. 0% chance. 12%. 46. Okay. Noted. So all of these are going to be military-based, right? This is fine. We'll defend his character publicly. I'm not too concerned about that. Now, this guy, we want this to get a little higher. This is a pretty big rebellion. If he declines it, we don't want to risk that. So we're waiting for the sway, or potentially we could, like, send him a gift. What would that cost? 100 gold for 13 opinion? That doesn't really seem worthwhile. Okay. So our archers are going to continue to be powered up here. Look at those buffs. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, down over this way we have nothing stationed here. This is pure economic. Pure economics that we're interested in. So, really, hillside grazing lands are probably the way to go. Camelry will make us the same amount of cash, but costs 50% more. So we'll put in the hillside grazing lands and get a quicker return on our investment. That seems okay. We've got this castle here that we could always revoke back. It's a really awkward castle. We'll want to get it switched over to economy. We could also revoke this temple holding, remove the camp cooks here, and put in like a trade port. It's not worth it. We're not going to give this guy gold. Minus 22 at this point. Okay. That's all looking great. We do have long reign at this point. We'll take some stewardship lifestyle experience. That gives us a stewardship perk, which we could take into, say, cutting cornerstones if we wanted to reduce our costs here. We'll visit our court when we see fit. No, we're going to visit the royal court, but probably not do anything here. We'll not play the puppet master. Okay. Now we do need to spend this perk. Golden obligations, I think, is the way to go here. It is my domain, War Profiteer, Hairgeld. They're all very, very valuable for what we're trying to do right now. We can demand payment from our daughter. We're not going to do that right now. This would functionally double our light cavalry buff, as well as making us additional money. I like it. We'll do that for now. Cool. So we're making 24.8 monthly income. That's definitely improving a lot. I like it. What are we at for our crown authority? We're as high up as we can go. We don't have the royal prerogative innovation. How are we doing with our mustering grounds anyway? Okay. So we're about 3 years away on that. Banis is a little ways away as well. I want to take a look at this guy. He's at minus 23. Okay, that personal diplomacy is what's kicking down there mostly. And talked me up. Okay, fair enough. Bloomeries and Herat Rahai. I like it. We'll become friends with this guy, absolutely. And so we've got wooden barracks and bloomeries here. Is there anything else that we can do to buff up our heavy infantry? Or do we just go for something like a quarry for the cash generation? I think because they're heavy infantry, that's it. If they were spearmen, we could get them from hill forts, but we're not really using spearmen at this moment. There's not really anything else for heavy infantry. So quarries for the gold is what we go for. Or, this is part of our military duchy. What we should be doing is we should be going for something like cattle pastures for the levies. Or militia camps, just for the levy. Let's see, militia camps would get us additional danger reduction, archer skirmisher damage, not like that's relevant. 625 total levy there. Compared to, say, cattle pastures, which would get us 425. It would get us gold. I think that we go for the militia camps here, just for the levy. That is part of our military duchy. So that looks good to me. I think there's no problem at all about that. Anything else that we can do here? I mean, we can demand payment from our daughter, but I don't think we need to do that. It's 5 gold. I don't think it's worth it. This guy's at minus 24 opinion now, so the sway should come through here in 11 months, 9 months. Sure, I'm not in a huge hurry here. So this seems reasonably fine. 82 bonus taxes there. I like it. This guy upgrading a castle in a slightly awkward way. Why do you have dedicated manure shovels here? I'm going to revoke this title here, this mosque, and we're going to replace this stable with possibly a desert agriculture. Yes. And then we can hand it back out. Cool. Technically, we didn't have to hand it back out. Probably should have held it for a bit. But that's fine. So these cities should be automatically trying to max out their gold income, which is exactly what we want them to do. Some of these castles are going to be a little bit weird. Okay, our wife died. That was not our domain limit providing wife, so that's fine. We'll just find a new one. Intelligent? Sure. Looks good. Cool. What's our succession like? It's okay. It's fine. Hamlets have been built in Mecca, so we definitely build cattle pastures here now. Hey, we managed to successfully sway this guy. So, he's at -1. If we were to revoke his title now, 100% chance. Do it. Beautiful. Now, of course, we no longer need to sway this guy. He is irrelevant. So we have K-Bar. And we want to move our Mubarazun up over to K-Bar. And we can see it's already better to have them in K-Bar. So that's fine. We currently have a small hill fort here. We're eventually going to need to put in a barracks for sure. Yeah, that's going to be the goal there. Bloomery is constructed in Yanbu. Perfect. So that's looking good. We're definitely getting these buildings re-specialized nicely. So up here in Medina, we've got 2 empty holding slots. Sure, show this guy in. I really do wish that he had brought gold, but whatever. Hide tents constructed as well. And hill pastures also being built. So from here, we could take squire traditions. Men-at-Arms counter efficiency is pretty good. And then we can go down the law tree, I think, after we get private army. So that'll be fine. So, at K-Bar, we are definitely going to put in a barracks. We'll just need to wait for the gold to come in as soon as the month tick happens. And, in fact, it did while I wasn't looking. Medina will prosper from the herd. A 79% chance of getting a large cattle herd. Or we could take 180 gold. And I think, honestly, right now, the 180 gold is more valuable. We've got places we can put it immediately. Like this. Beautiful. That's not going to make us additional gold. But it'll be fine for now. What is our control up in K-Bar? 73. We should probably be working on bringing that up. There we go. Cool. So our control everywhere else is absolute. But up here, we definitely need to bring that right on up. Cool. Our acquaintance died, sure. And eventually we're going to need to take back 3 additional locations. And we've still got Al-Jalat up here. I think for now, taking back this chiefdom is probably going to be the top priority. We're going to work on swaying this guy, and his title revocation chance is at 23%. Okay, that's not too bad. We can definitely bring that up. So we're going to work on that for the time being. This castle out over here could definitely use some additional investment. But I think it's honestly even more important that we work on upgrading our income at this moment. We're not tremendously powerful in terms of count here, but we definitely do have a good amount of power multipliers. That's definitely a thing that's happening. So this is the only castle that we care about right now that isn't constructing. This one up here, of course, isn't. 185 gold. Do we care about a truce with this guy? Not right now. I accept that. We're definitely going to fight him later, but for now, this is okay. So that, of course, means that we can construct in this castle, and we should definitely be working on upgrading our wooden barracks. Old foes, huh? Either way, we're going to get critical stress here. Obsessed with Vengeance or 29 stress. We'll take the 29 stress. We have a mental break, and we could become reclusive. Sure. That's fine. Okay, so with that in mind, how are we doing on that stewardship focus? That's actually making good progress. We're getting very, very close here in terms of domain limit. No doubt about that. We're also very, very close to getting mustering grounds done. That's 19 months away, with Banis being 4 months away. Banis being 4 months away, actually that does give us another accolade, which isn't necessarily the worst thing. Let's take It Is My Domain right now. This arranged betrothal seems fine. I didn't even look at it. It seems fine. Was that our heir? Probably. Wow, we only have the one son and all of these daughters. That's kind of insane. Yeah, this betrothal is fine, I think. So we discovered Banis there. We got additional taxes. We'll get to that in a moment. That does mean that we should be able to get a second accolade. Okay, so which of our knights do we want this to be? We'll have it be Shamir. And do we want him to be a marauder? Uncontrolled territory attacker advantage. Okay. What is our current accolade? You are a vanguard and a scoundrel. Right. So if we were to do a second one, a marauder would give us all of this, and then the second rank continues to give us basically the same thing. So attacking advantage in uncontrolled territory. That's not bad, to be sure. Oh, we can change whether they are primary or secondary. Charmer gives us seduction power. I don't love that. Dread gain per tyranny. And imprisonment chance. Hunter experience gain. Prestige per knight. Honestly, I feel like Marauder is the best option there. As far as Charmer goes, we're not planning on doing much seduction. So maybe this dread gain per tyranny. Like that. I don't love those options, but it'll do. Okay, so that'll be fine. We can appoint successors to these as well. We can recruit this guy to court. 225 gold, no thanks. And, yeah, same thing here. Cool. So we get a second accolade out of that. That's nice. And we should be getting mustering grounds extraordinarily soon, right? 15 months out. Okay. We're invited to this guy's grand wedding. I kind of don't care. Scouting weapons, or scouting post in Medina finished up. We should definitely upgrade our barracks here to bump up our station men-at-arms damage by an additional 10%. Our men-at-arms are getting very powerful at this point. So that's good to know. And they're about to get a lot more powerful with mustering grounds finishing. It is, however, basically time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get mustering grounds done. And we're going to continue to work on getting all of this good to go, including revoking this territory. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.